Good morning, everybody. I can't say it's great to see you, but it's really great to have this opportunity to share and chat with you. There was a thought that the Lord gave me a couple of days ago that I feel I would like to share this morning, and it was a little bit related to how we see things, how we look at things in life. What is our perspective? Is it one of faith and possibilities, or is it one that's just turned off and doubts and can't see with spiritual eyes? And I had a little opportunity to have this brought home to me very clearly. It was about maybe 3 years ago. I was still at work, and it wasn't long before I was going to retire. And I had an opportunity to be connected with an organisation that helps people who are lonely. And I thought they would send you to homes, or you might have to visit a hospital, but they sent me to a local nursing home. Now, I don't know about you. When I was 10 and I visited my grandmother in the nursing home, I loved going there. But as I've gotten older, it's not really a place that I really want to hang out. It's kind of like the end of the road place where people are waiting to die or to go to eternity. So, and I was a nurse and I worked where all the action was. So to kind of go to a nursing home, I had attitudes, I had reserves about doing it. But I had put my hand up for the job. So I went along on my first day and I was taken to a lady to look after. And I went into the woman and I sat beside her bed and we chatted for an hour and we talked about her life. The television was going. We talked about what was on television and a few things. And after an hour, I'm starting to think to myself, Lord, is this really what I want to do? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? So I thought I'll finish off and then I thought I'll tell the woman that I'll pray for her. So I stood up and said, okay, nice to meet you. Look, I'll pray for you this week. And all of a sudden she said, oh. I said, what's wrong? And she said, I used to be a believer and my parents were killed in an accident. And I decided that I would turn against God. And she said, that was years ago. And I've been lying here these last couple of weeks saying to myself, I must go back to God. And I suddenly realized God's way of looking at things. Suddenly the scales came off my eyes and I sat beside this woman and she wept her way back to the love of the Father. And as I left there, I felt very chastened that sometimes God asks us to do things because he's got a vision, he's got a person in mind, and we just look at natural things. We look at what we don't like and our prejudices, our preconceived ideas, but God's got a miracle in mind. He's got something really exciting in the middle of it. So in that same week, I met the physiotherapist there who was a spirit-filled Christian boy, and he was on fire. As well as that, I have worked with lots of physiotherapists and they've worked in hospitals where all the action is. But this boy saw this place as one of the most dynamic places he could be. He showed me corridors where there were elderlies that he was discipling, praying with, reading the Bible to. He saw his job as with God's eyes. He saw it as something where God was at work. So sometimes I think we need reminders to be careful we don't block God with what we think, how we feel about situations. So I'm going to challenge you this morning to keep the Spirit of the Lord's viewpoint on your circumstances in your family, which is full of potential, your workplace, your school. It's full of potential if you see with God's eyes. So thank you for listening to me this morning.